Hey guys, hi, welcome to Cafe IO. Cafe IO में आपका स्वागत है. In today's video, we will talk about observability, what it means, and using observability using OpenTelemetry framework. Now, observability is a capability of a system that can help you understand what the system is undergoing, what are the changes from outside. It's basically a concept that started few years back, and traditionally we have been used to logging, but observability is kind of a natural evolution of it, and it's talking about logging, traces, and matrices, all of them together. So when you see an event in a system, you can use observability stack to kind of understand and define why this is happening. OpenTelemetry is a ground defining framework in observability, in the ecosystem of observability. It is fundamentally a collection of APIs, SDKs, and tools, and you can use it to integrate with a wide variety of instrumentation, uh, get metrics, capture logs, and generate insights. So we'll quickly look in the architecture of what OpenTelemetry is, what some sort of an overview about how that works, and then quickly move over to a demo where I'll show you live how it's working behind the scenes, and we'll talk about multiple tools, and maybe in later videos we'll do a detailed dive of those videos, but let's try and understand. So this is a very simple architecture. There's few things that we need to understand. There's microservices where you have an open telemetry API or an SDK or some sort of an installation, right? Which is it has EXEs also. And then you have different infrastructure where you can also pull in infrastructure logs because again you want to do observability on infrastructure. There's an OTI collector, open telemetry connector, and you have some sort of databases which are required fundamentally for it to work, like managed databases, APIs, and stuff. And then fundamentally, what you have is multiple ways to see that. You can see that data in a time series database. You can have trace databases. You can have column stores, etc., etc. There's multiple capabilities around it. If you're new to observability, I suggest you go over the document, understand what signals is, what instrumentation are, what are the different components, how do you, take SDKs and embed within your code, etc., etc. So let's jump over to a demo which I have created. Now, just a quick insight into the demo. This is running as an open telemetry stack, and there's multiple bunch of services running inside a Docker container on my machine, and we'll go through one by one. So this is a sample website. It's more of a shopping cart website where you can click couple of stuff, and you can probably see what's happening. So it's a shopping cart demo. You can interactively use, you can select, you can add to cart, you can probably do some shipping address filling, you can place order, etc., etc., and it executes the workflow, right? And as you see here, if I hold on the shipping services, cart services, all of these services are getting to that. Behind the scenes is a very exhaustive microservice framework which we'll talk about. There's a UI which is talking of feature flag. There's different feature flags, like you can enable, disable different feature flags. We are not going to use them in this conversation. There is a tool called Locust, which is used to simulate load. It's highly popular tool for load testing. You can use it to emulate a lot of loads. That's what I am doing, which is why you will be able to see the data. I'm not, really interacting with the tool. And then there are fundamentally two different services which we are going to use. One is the Jaeger UI, which is also a great tool to do visualization. And then fundamentally, I'll go to Grafana and use Prometheus, which is pre-configured. So in Jaeger, what you do is you can just go to the UI, you can select certain traces. I don't have traces defined. So we can just go to search, we can select the service. There's 18 service here. You can go to system architecture and you can actually understand the different services that are here using a some sort of a DAG view. It will give you the name, show the arrows, etc., etc. Kind of nice. You can go to monitor, but I haven't captured. Okay, there's some data coming in, so which you can see, but we'll see this in Grafana. Go to search, select a service. Let's say for example, cart service. Select all the type of operations that you want, and you can do find traces. It's gonna take some time and emulate, or basically get, not emulate. It will get all the data for matching search results, and it will showcase you wherever they are called. So there's different services, like for example, in this post, multiple services were called, and you can do a very detailed drill down analysis of which one took when, how much time it took, etc., etc., down to the last call level, which is, it's it kinds of is a waterfall diagram for all your API calls coming up. So it's a very nice tool if you want to use it. And then it gives you some heat maps around, circle diagrams around which is big, which is small, etc., etc. You can do deep dependencies graph, and it will tell you how which service are going, and you can understand the traces around each of them. So basically, get into really deep stuff here using Jaeger. Moving on to what Grafana has to offer. Grafana is a very popular charting tool if you're not familiar with it. Prometheus and Grafana go hand in hand a lot of places. You can actually use Jaeger also to pull data into Grafana. Grafana is more of a visualization tool. So what I've done here is I've just pre captured some of my data sources. If you see the data sources, there's Jaeger, Prometheus, which is the default, and I'm going to build a live dashboard here. So I will just select this. We will go to writing a query and we'll select a matrix, which metric which we want to use. And I will, one second. Yeah, just, yeah, there's tons of stuff coming. Yeah. So I'll take calls, and then calls basically is just getting a number of calls on it, and then I'll go by service name. If I select a service, I'll show you both, and we'll just look at maybe last 5 minutes. So you'll be able to really see what has happened in the last, now which service is getting the largest number of call, and you can generate different visualizations here. You can generate a bar chart, you can generate a stat, you can generate a gauze. Tons of different charting options are possible, but I'm since this is time series data, I'm going to stick to time series. You can do this. You can, I think, click on instances and try and understand them in more. Alternatively, if you want to stick to doing a certain specific service, what we can do is we can always go back here, generate, write a new query, select the service name, and you can select the name of the service. So for example, if you run that query, then again you'll get lesser number of returns because we have limited to card service, and then you'll be able to get the data for that specifically for that service. You can apply this. You can continue to monitor this throughout your day as you want. Grafana is really powerful. You can add different kinds of chart to it, and this inherently enables you to build observability into your system. Now if you followed through, maybe a small interruption, if you haven't subscribed or liked my video, please do that. Put in a comment. There's a lot of condensed information that I'm trying to pass through. So if you see through, overall what has happened is I took a website, I have given it some traffic using a load simulation tool, and then behind the scenes data is getting captured and shown into a visualization tool. So there's a whole stack at play, and that's what the intention of the demo was. All right, so hope you have liked this. This is a very introductory conversation into observability. We'll do more deep conversations than this. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.